Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing 3 looks using the Dominique Cosmetics, where'd she go? Berries and Cream eyeshadow palette. If you want to see my full-on review and demo with swatches and just one look using the palette, you can head over to that video. I will post the card up above and the video link down below in the description box. And today we'll use the other shades in the palette if you need some inspiration, if you want to figure out how to use the other colors. And with that said, then please keep on watching. Hey friends, if it's your first time here, my name is Alicia and welcome to my channel. Kinky Sweat is where you can find beauty, flexibility, contortion, eyeshadow, all things in between. I love movement and beauty, what can I say? If you're gonna see my movement adventures, head over to my Instagram and take a look at what I work on a daily basis. And I'm definitely looking to add more movement tutorials and videos here on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. And now let's get into this eyeshadow. Complexion is already done. I left out the highlight until the last look because with removing and applying, it gets a little much in this area since I do have to remove some of the concealer each time I switch looks. So we'll get into that final look on the blue look. And with that said, doing one eye at a time, showing the final look at the end, switching out for the next look, and that is the agenda for this video. I definitely want to use Warm Pie because I haven't used that eyeshadow yet, but I just realized that I really didn't prep my lids. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go in with, you know what, I'm gonna see how 235 looks as a brow bone highlight. So using 235 from the new FENTY Instant Retouch, and I've been using my GOSS number 8 from his anniversary too to carve out my brow as well, and I didn't really put any concealer on that brush. Oh, this eyebrow always comes out funny. I don't know why. It's okay, we're just gonna flow with it. I feel like you're still too far. Alright friends, I think we're definitely going to use Warm Pie today. I just want you to see how that works with the Glitter Flex in the matte formula. But with that, let's start off with Soft and Sweet. And as you know, we got the microfiber towel on standby for some color swishing. And we'll go now in first with my GOSS number 3. Soft and Sweet, here we go. Soft and Sweet is definitely one of my most favorite shades in the palette. Even though it's like a mauve shade, I just love the tone of it. It's like a very warm beige that shows up beautifully on the skin. Do I have to lighten you up? That's better. It's a very cloudy day today right now. I think the sun is getting a slow start. It's supposed to eventually become sunny, but right now it's a little cloudy. Soft and Sweet, amazing shade, easy to blend. Love the tone of it. Definitely now going in with my GOSS number 4. Ooh, we gotta clean that. We gotta clean it. Taking a look at how Warm Pie looks. So because of the Glitter Flex, it's a little drier in texture and it's gonna be a lot of kickback. So make sure you kick off the excess before going in on your lid because you could risk getting some fallout on your face. I wanna punch that in first and then start to circle the shade in towards the crease and the lid. So Warm Pie is a gorgeous shade. It's a very deep warm brown that I feel pairs beautifully with Soft and Sweet, and I'm gently starting just to pull it out a little bit to create that V gradient effect. You know, as I always like to do, I'm gonna place that on the inner third of my lid, and I like to pat it down first to get the color on, and then once it has been deposited, once it's been placed there, I gently sweep the bristles across the crease, not taking it too high. Oh, I got an eye booger. I'm taking my number 3 just across the edges so we could smooth out that gradient. It's a beautiful gradient, don't you think? With Warm Pie, same number 4, but now on the lower lash line. I'm connecting it to the top so we can start bringing those two together. Soft and Sweet on the number 3 under Warm Pie to further smoke it out. And to keep it in the warm category, let's then go in with Chocolate Mousse. Same number 4. And gently patting that down on Warm Pie. Oh yeah. And I don't know if you know, oh god. I don't know if you noticed, but there is no glitter flex in the crease. So once you start blending out Warm Pie, the glitters disperse. Now, if you want glitter, I don't think that's going to be the best shade to provide that effect. And there's still some, like, I still see some specks on my crease, but it's not all over. I'm gently pulling this out. I'm actually going to take a smaller brush. This is the Sonia G Builder Pro with chocolate mousse, but on the outer third of my lower lash line. Nice gradient effect, eh? Let's also put a little chocolate mousse on the inner third, and with that same Sonia Builder Pro brush, place it right on top. Really nice shade. It adds really beautiful intensity while still looking distinctly brown. I'm actually going to put a little bit of chocolate mousse right here. Not a whole lot, just to kind of add a little bit of intensity to that lash line. All right, we're definitely going to go in with Honey Dip because I think it'll be the most appropriate thing to do. So now with my Zoeva 234 in with Honey Dipped, definitely wet the shade. It's going to get more stick, more adherence to the lid. It's going to have more shine, more pop, and definitely more longevity. Right between chocolate mousse and Warm Pie. Look at that gold, man. Oh, that's such a pretty cold color. Yes. If you want for a little bit of pop, we could go in with Cranberry, but Cranberry is going to go like kind of centerish lower lash line, just nudging it between the chocolate mousse placement. Now for the inner corner, because this is such a warm looking eye, I'm gonna dip out and actually just apply a lighter gold highlighter shade on my inner corner, because I just think the metallic pink is going to look a little odd. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be right back with lashes and some highlight on the inner corner and fix this a little bit. We could always make that blend look smoother. Look is complete. I managed to use the Becky G and ColourPop collab loose highlighter powder in the shade Gisme on the inner corner just to give a little bit of glow, and of course using Lily lashes in the style Diamonds because I think they're nice and light and still showcase the eye look pretty well. But let's see in a little closer. Here are the eyes. Look, so we have the gold chocolate mousse Warm Pie thing going on, and I love the pop of metallic shine using Cranberry under the lash line. Tell me what you think. And with that said, let's move on to look numero dos. So the next look, I would like to make Sugar Cookie the standout lid color because I'm not crazy about Sugar Cookie. I really wish she made it into like a cool purple duochrome shade or transformative shade to help alter the other foils and shimmers in here to make it even more of an expansive experience. I think I'm gonna go in first with Toasted. So let's get our Wayne. I'm gonna use the number 3 again, make sure I wipe that off. Going in with Toasted. Start up on that on the crease. Toasted is the freaking best shade. I don't know what it is about it. I just love this transition color. Now I'm going to go in with Bittersweet. I know we saw this in action before, but I think this time I want to next go in with Cherry Juice. Or do you want to do cherry? You know what? I'm going to go straight into Cherry Juice first just to see how that looks all on its own. And with that, I'm going to use my Sonia G Blender Pro. I'm going to pat that on first. Make sure you kick off the excess before you apply it on your eyes, using circular motions just to help control the distribution of the product, especially if you don't want it to go too far up. So I'm circling in, and then whatever I have left, I'm slowly using the tip of the brush to shape that V point. Isn't Cherry Juice like the most pretty? I love the deep plum nature of this eyeshadow, and especially on Toasted, I think it just looks so pretty. So I'm gonna press Cherry Juice into the third. I have to be very careful because it's already getting a little too high here. See that? So I'm looking down just so I can see where Cherry Juice is going on the crease, controlling that blend. Okay, there we go. A little uneven there. Now we're back in business. Have my number 3 on standby with Toasted, or I didn't actually dip in, but whatever's left on the brush from the last application, just to kind of help smooth cherry juice out. That's looking nice. Now I want to use the same brush, but this time, instead of going with cherry juice on the lower lash line, I want to blow it out with bittersweet and make it really, really smoky. So with the same Blender Pro, but now with bittersweet, the fuchsia shade, are you going to focus on me? I'm going to blend this right under the lash line, but I feel like I need it on the brush. Builder Pro, Sonia G Bittersweet. See, that gives us a better concentration of color. Now, if only I had like a bright fuchsia liner, that'd be really cool. I'm taking a little bit of cherry juice on the outer third just to connect, because I want to make this a little more seamless. Just punch it in there. Going back with the Blender Pro, smoothing that out. So I'm very careful here and making sure the shape doesn't go out of control. And if you ever feel like it did, just use your fingers or you just use your fluffy brush just to help diffuse. I got a little bit of fallout because I definitely loaded the Builder Pro with bittersweet, but all you need to do is just kick off the excess before you go in on the eyes. I'm just trying to make this a little smoother, because see how it traveled a little too up, but it's all good, it's fine. Going in now again with my Zoeva 234 with Sugar Cookie. Definitely gonna wet that so that it sticks better and applies shinier right in between. Oh, that's really white looking. Oh god. I'm gonna take a little bit of cranberry and put it on top of Sugar Cookie just so we could finesse the color a little bit more, give it a little more life. Listen, I'm trying to give everyone a fair chance, but Sugar Cookie is so light. I'm just using my fingers to press the particles that kind of like went crazy on my lid. And then back in my Builder Pro, not with any shadow on it, but just to kind of press the pigments that kind of got loose on that application. And I'm definitely going to go in with Honey Dipped with the same Builder Pro, wetting that as well. And I'm placing that more on like the inner third of the lower lash line, just to kind of give it some color contrast. Definitely have Sugar Cookie all over my face now. Great. All right, doing the other eye and I'll be right back. Finished look is complete. I managed to put the same Becky G and ColourPop collab highlighter on the inner corners, same diamond lashes from Lily Lashes. I forgot to mention the last lip I had on the first eye look was my good old Ofra liquid lip. I don't know where she is. Here she is in Verona. And for this cherry juice look, I put on the ColourPop Matte X lippy stick in the shade Infinite Best. Her the eyes look, I mean, I try to salvage the what is this shade called? Hello? Sugar Cookie situation, because I felt it was just like way too light on its own. So I managed to punch in a little cranberry to give it a little more of a color story. But I love how cherry juice looks, and on its own it makes a really beautiful smoky eye without using just black or brown. And I think the addition of Honey Dip adds nice character to the lower lash line without it just looking all one color. All right friends, that's look number 2. Let's get into Blueberry Muffin, the moment we've all been waiting for. Blueberry Muffin is a troublesome shade. I love the color, but the texture is very dry and you will get a lot of fallout under your eye. That's why we have some loose powder. I am going to create a blue smoky look. One of you has suggested you can use Blueberry Muffin as a liner. I'm the worst at smoky liners, and I'm going to leave that for another day when I know I have time to mess up and practice, but I know I'm going to kind of nail this today. So first up, we'll go in with Toasted, depending on if you want it to look more warm in nature or more cool in nature. I did see Roxy Arisa's picture, and she did like a purple crease with blue, but the metallic blue she used from the Mario palette. I'm actually gonna try what she did. I'm gonna see, you know, but instead she used Soft and Sweet in the crease. I'm gonna use Toasted in the crease first. So we're just gonna set that up with our Wayne number 3. Then I'm going to go in same brush but with Bittersweet, and the reason why I'm using the bigger brush is because I want this to be more diffused in nature, because it's serving as like our second transition shade, just to give Toasted a little bit of a purple hue, more so than what it does on its own. I love how Bittersweet looks with Toasted. I think it's marvelous. Wiping off what I have on number 3 and just going on the top to further smooth out those edges. So here's what I'm gonna do. I have my NYX Black Bean Jumbo Eye Pencil on standby because I actually want to place this on my lid first because Blueberry Muffin needs a little bit of stick to adhere to the lid. And on its own, it's just way too powdery. And what I like to do is use my finger to blend out the pencil, and it doesn't have to be super neat because the Blueberry Muffin, it does well near the crease, but on the lid it needs a little bit of help. Now with Sonia's Blender Pro in with Blueberry Muffin. Look how powdery that is, I'm telling you. Look how much is on the brush. Tap that off. Tap it off. I'm gonna start by pressing the color onto the lid. We don't want to swipe because that is definitely going to create fallout on the face. And I'm taking the same brush. See how we already got a little bit? Oh god. Taking the same brush and now finessing it into the crease. But I'm being very careful because Blueberry Muffin is like Moody from whatchamacallit, Through My Eyes. It's very pigmented, but it's not the easiest to blend because it could get out of hand really fast. And I'm pulling down so I don't want it to travel up too high. You know what? I'm gonna actually do this eye off camera without the black base because on camera it just looks black now. In person it looks more blue, it looks more navy blue, so I might have to use an actual blue cream base so the Blueberry Muffin could appear blue and not blue black. Not that it's a bad thing, but if you want it to look more distinctly blue, that's what I would do. Number 4, but with Bittersweet, the fuchsia shade, and just finessing the crease a little bit more. Taking Blueberry Muffin with the Blender Pro, lower lash line, connecting the lid and the lower lash line, and then taking Bittersweet with my number 4 and just finessing that a little bit more. Ooh, this shade takes a little bit of work, man. I know it's pretty, but it's just so pigmented that you have to really tread lightly with how much you go in with and how you blend because it could get smoky, like in the parts you don't want it to smoke it out, right? I'm keeping it very much in a distinct V shape here because if I'm not careful, it'll go up too high and it'll just look muddy. So I'm using the point of the Builder Pro to help shape that out. Taking number 4 again and just very lightly further smoking that out. What I would like to do now is take my Marc Jacobs liner. This is in the shade, oh god, stuck, Out of the Blue, which is like one of the best blues right now on the market. Putting a little bit on my lash line as well. So I feel that kind of bumps up the blue a little bit so it looks more blue and not blue black. I'm still not happy with how this looks. It's like I took it down instead of bringing it up. So I'm trying to influence it to now turn up a little bit more. That's a little bit better. With my Sonia G Pencil Pro with Honey Dip, because I think this is going to be our inner corner highlight since we got a lot going on in the lid. I think we could get away with Honey Dip being our inner corner shade. I'm gonna gently punch that in. That's pretty. And just slowly blend it into the blue shade on the lid as well as on the lower lash line. All right, let's do the other eye and I'll be right back. Here is the final look. On the lip we have the Rouge Liquid from Dior in Jungle Matte with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Anywhere Caffeine. I put on a little bit of blush, Cali Dream from Mel Cosmetics, and here is the final look. Now I will say I'm much happier with how this eye came out. But there's something to be said with the depth of color we achieved with the black bean application. Now, although I still feel this looks bluer because we didn't put the black base on, it doesn't look as opaque as this eye. And I much prefer the opacity on this eye than on this eye. And I'm happy that we went with Bittersweet for the transition along with Toasted because I think it adds a nice gradient of color. And the Marc Jacobs liner really, I think, just saved the lash line because this would have just looked really blue-black and I wanted it to look distinctly blue, and that shade Out of the Blue really helped the cause. And of course, Honey Dipped on the inner corner, it works out because it's so dark on the lid that this kind of serves as like a standout highlight shade against these colors here. So there were your 3 looks using the Berries and Cream eyeshadow palette from Dominique Cosmetics. I know I didn't go into Blackberry, but this is a great black. I've used it before. If you want to add a little more intensity to any of the deeper shades in here like Cherry Juice and Chocolate Mousse, you can make that happen. I found this very easy to work with and not nearly as powdery as Blueberry Muffin from my experience. If you want Blueberry Muffin to be more metallic, I would suggest that you apply a metallic base, or maybe you just use it as a transition shade instead, or as a defining shade if you're using a lighter blue metallic on the lid. And if you want to experiment by creating a smoky liner with this color, then go right ahead. For the most part, I'm very pleased with this palette, as I mentioned before in my demo and swatch video. I think it just allows for really nice creativity. I love the color story, and I feel the shades perform insanely well, especially Toasted and Soft and Sweet. I think these are great transition shades that could steer you whether cool or warm, but the tones of them, I think, really makes this a standout palette, especially when you pair them with whether it be the more warmer shades or the more purpley ones. You get a really nice smoky gradient effect that I find I cannot create with my other palettes. So really happy that I purchased this. Let me know what your experience has been, what your favorite shades are, and we'll take it from there. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another tutorial, chit chat, demo, or review. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.